Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2 Concert of Europe mod, where we are playing as Mexico. Now, we've got ourselves a significant event for our current political situation going on here, besides the war that concerns our allies and the spring of nations occurring in Europe. As liberal ideals have been spreading through Europe, so too are they spreading through Mexico. Right now, we have the option. Everywhere we go, we can see the sounds and murmurings of political discussions. It is becoming abundantly clear that the people of Mexico are slowly waking up to more democratic traditions, and as a result, the ban on public meetings is being less and less enforced for every day that passes. We want the ban on public meetings gone. So we are going to let the law slip, even if it means more social tensions. Social tensions is just going to mean that this government is more likely to collapse, which is good for our purposes. Now, in the meantime, the United States is getting its ass kicked, and Austria is getting its ass kicked. That much, those portions of the war, those twin aspects of the war have not changed any. So it's possible that Prussia might form itself in early Germany. We'll have to see what results from that. Other things that are presently happening, we've got ourselves a Saudi civil war in which Oman and Najad are fighting against Hail. Austria should be getting Hungary back, but that's about the only thing they've got going for them right now. I think Britain should be able to hold off France with its navy. I could be wrong, but if that occurs, I think Britain might end up winning this war. Would have won this war sooner if they didn't have any allies. But in any case, as soon as I get artillery, which is really the most important army tech I need, I'm going to be I think it's about time I started with railroads, mechanized mining. I need to work on my economy. But although research points are also very important. Yeah, I don't know. Just not another military tech. I'm going to have enough of those as soon as I have the better artillery. Let's look at our revolt risk. California seems to be the only place where there's a risk of it happening, so I will have this army stick around San Diego. Yeah, Washington has been occupied by the British for now the third time. So, essentially, we're relitigating the War of 1812 on a regular basis. Not sure if encouraging bureaucrats is doing much for our admin efficiency in Guatemala. Or if anything will. Rather wish Austria had not gotten itself involved at all. Anyway, there's our artillery researched, and, I will cut ahead to when shit happens, basically. Start with railroad. Oh, wow. Texas has, reactionaries have just risen in Texas. I wonder if they have enough to be dealing with them. I'm not sure they do. That's 9 regiments compared to their 5. They could be able to do it. We'll have to see. Alright, a World's Fair for this decade is being... Shall we make a bid to host? $250,000. Yeah, we don't have that money. It seems like the Texan army is going to defeat them in detail. We are now a secondary power again. That's fantastic news. So yeah. It's a gold rush in California. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, we got reactionaries and Jacobins in Texas. I have no idea what's going to be reactionaries. So, a dictatorship, or are they gonna install a king? My guess is a dictatorship. Yeah, as expected, it appears that Britain's presence in North America is, in part thanks to us, too strong for the United States. Well, it looks like that little revolution is over. I don't see how it did anything. And let's go with mechanized mining, since we can get that a little sooner. And then after that, we really need to get to tech that boosts our research points. Are there any places I can build railroads at the moment? Well, there do not appear to be. So I think I'm going to need at least one more level of railroad. Alright, the Donner Party. High in the Rockies along the western trails into California. Alright, so... this is the problem with some predetermined events that occur, particularly in mods. It's that the fundamental conditions that led to the westward migration that brought about the Donner Party, which was partially dependent on the conditions after the Mexican-American War, in which America acquired a vast amount of new westward lands to exploit and settle. Yeah, this would be like there might be a Washington Trail, but there wouldn't be a California Trail, since the borders with Mexico would likely not permit it, at least with present relations between the two countries. So, yeah, there's no real migration occurring into Mexico, even. I've looked at the migration screen. No one's coming in. Huh. Speak of the... suddenly it started happening. It must be the public meetings that are now allowed. So that's great news. We've got a whole bunch of Danish Mexicans now. So, yeah, that's great. Let's see where exactly they're coming in through. They are very specifically coming in and the port of entry appears to primarily be the Yucatan. And then they're coming from the Yucatan into the center of the country and settling. Yeah, so I guess I take back everything I said. We've got migration happening now, so yeah, so we have all the perils of further westward migration. Is there any place in this country we can now build a railroad? There does not appear to be. May need to fix that as soon as I can. Although I suspect the real railroad building won't be able to start until iron railroads become available, or the iron or steel railroad, like right around here in 1860. It's not as bad railroad country as, say, Ethiopia was. Speaking of Ethiopia, how are you doing civ level-wise? 37%, not bad, not bad. You may make it before 1880. I'm rooting for you, always rooting for you. In-game as in real life. Yeah, we've got not as much migration as we got some Italians. Let's look at what this is doing with our pop levels in Mexico. It's strong plurality Mexican. We've also got some Nahuatl, some Aztec, some people descended from Aztecs, the very Central Americans, the Mayans, some leftover Americans and Zapotec, and I think the rest are all bundled into other and are going to assimilate over time to Mexican culture. Well, we've got craftsmen in the Yucatan now. Food and spices. Let's and lumber. Let's go with a paper mill here. We can build a railroad in Mexico proper. And I think basically nowhere else except Veracruz. Well, no, there's a couple other places. Let's build them in all of those places then. Since we need those bonuses to production. We've got a lot more literate populations coming in, so migration's boosting our literacy as well, which is great news. We can go for functionalism. State and government, or we can boost our research points with late classical theory, which we would get first anyway. Yeah, let's start with the research points. Oh, now what was the peace deal that was signed? Acquire Colony Columbia. Fine, so who won then? Oh, and Hungary's independent. Sardinia-Piedmont has also expanded. The Bourbons appear to still be in power in France, however. Quite interesting. A lot of interesting stuff going on. But Britain got to keep Colombia, and I think that was the only term of the settlement. The United States is trying to boost its trying to boost the sagging morale of its military by holding a parade. Iron artillery production. Well, we can build iron breech-loaded artillery, but now we want to focus on building our economy up first before we do anything else. Building up our economy, our research capacity. Got some Germans and Swedes coming in. Entirely possible that what a Mexican is becomes a very different sort of thing than we think of it in our timeline. The United States has been, was temporarily at least, bumped down to secondary power status. That's probably going to change soon, since they appear to be actually in 5th place. Yeah, great power Sweden. That's another interesting one. Maybe the Kalmar Union will reform. Who knows? The United States appears to be going through a reactionary uprising at the moment. This with less looting of the central and western portions of the continent. Maybe they just can't sustain themselves. Who knows? Oh, holy shit. The Eye of the Storm, Power of Tradition. The United States has just been, has just seen an overthrow of its democratic government in favor of an autocratic dictatorship. That is incredible. Wow, and I thought I had it bad. No voting. Yeah, just generally speaking, just rip up that Constitution, shove it in the trash. It's done. It's done for. The United States, as it was, is done for. Gone. Man, that is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And in the meantime, our industry is starting to build up, and we seem to at least be slightly tilting in the other direction. Maybe not. Maybe we're not there yet, or even close to there yet, but we seem to be inching our way in that direction. So, hopefully, we'll fare better than them. And frankly, I would think that Texas, still being an electoral republic, is not going to want any part of this United States of America. So yeah, this is certainly a thing. And I think this is a good place to leave off for this episode. Yeah, a little quiet until right up there at the end when the United States, yeah. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah. We will have to see next time how much further we can advance along our journey toward bourgeois democracy in that perilous journey which the United States just, toppled over the edge of the narrow trail on. But that'll have to wait until next episode. Until next episode, I've been Maricati, you have been you. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.